They certainly were there in this one, huh?
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Orlando Orbits taking on the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to throw right away. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Saints at 4-7 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7.
6-18. Hey, 7-34. Later 9.
Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Express. 93. 7-34. 93. 93. That's up.
On 1st down, Carr. Incomplete. When you look at this defense, against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Down the right sideline. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Carr. Touchdown, Saints. Foster Moreau, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Let's go now.
They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. He's got right on the short throw.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Orbits are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7th. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Express. 29.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
7-7, our score after 1. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fights off the defender. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Okay,
the offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That second down play nets a -4.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Olave motioning to the left. There's Chris Olave.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Carr gonna throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Carr now on first down.
Again, it's Johnson.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Carr to throw on second down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And some space here.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Second down and 8. Play action. Now it's Carr. Rolling to his right. Touchdown! Taysom Hill. 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Off play action. Here's Hooker. And that is incomplete. They only needed a few inches there on second, but forget the halfback dive. They were going for the big one.
I thought it was a good time to take a shot. You figure their running game, if they don't get it there, you come back and run for it and pick up the first down. Go ahead and be aggressive. Try and get one downfield for a big one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Hall on a give up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. To throw, it's Carr. This pass out wide to Hall. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Carr now on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you've got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now receiver in motion left.
Off the option, that's complete. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some change?
And now the rookie's free. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
There he goes, right side. And touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Orbits have got it back to within a score. Extra point try now for Patterson.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, Because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
694.
Now Carr.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Patterson now for the extra point.
He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Your mind. Express. Hey, Raider 2.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Here's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Express. 637. Raider 1.
Straight ahead is Hall. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Carr now to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Olave motioning to the left.
Hey, 734.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Romeo Okwara working his way in and getting the tackle for loss.
To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Going quickly here to Thomas. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Here's Carr to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Johnson's got it complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Right now. 93. 734.
Carr. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
29.
Here's Carr. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 161 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, Hooker. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is St. Brown.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Hooker to throw on 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Hendon Hooker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Orbits put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This is 1st and 10. Now Carr. Connecting with Johnson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Carr to throw. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's 2nd down.
Express. 29.
Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Quick throw to Olave. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's first down. A handoff for Hall. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Express. What's up?
Throwing his car.
Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space. Let them do what they do.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's first and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's first and 10. Hooker to throw. St. Brown on the catch. And brought down, but a big gain, a gain that they needed. The only thing to keep in mind here is with him being tackled in bounds, that clock is moving. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. First and 10. Now Hooker. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, here's your ball game. 1 second to play.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead, but ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. We're worried
about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
To throw his car.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That play looked off right from the beginning because I think he hurt himself a little bit and ended up making the throw short of the back on the screen attempt. It falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Carr.
And they're going to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Carr going to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
734, 93. 93. Express.
Now Carr.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Off the option, that's complete. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one